Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter and welcome to another weapons impressions video for the demo for MHRise. We're almost near the end, now we're going to one of my least main weapons. I do like the weapon though, which is the Gunlance. This thing I actually like a lot in the demo. It plays really good and some of the changes and especially the Silkbind attacks are very good for this weapon. Again, this is not my main weapon, so if I misspeak, if I say something new, but it was actually from World and Iceborne, please don't feel bad and please make sure to let me know down in the comments down below. But the thing I first noticed was that worm stake cannon, that was that device that you attached onto like a monster's face with your Gunlance. And then every time you shell, it would do like extra damage. That's gone. And that makes a lot of sense because the monsters are way more agile in this game to make up for all the mobility that the hunters got as well. But there are some really cool tricks up the sleeve of this weapon, so let's go through sort of the basics because actually I'm kind of surprised this weapon is not that complex as I keep telling myself it is. So it's basically like a lance. You got the guard, you can do shelling by pressing the A button, or you can do pokes by pressing X. One thing I did notice, which I'm a little weird about why they did it, was if you hold forward and press X, you get that sort of like forward running shot. The distance feels a lot shorter than it was in older games. And I'm kind of curious of why that is. In case you guys didn't know, you can do a large back hop in these games. Here's hitting B, and here's holding back and hitting B. It's a fun little trick you can do with the lance and Gunlance. But yeah, it seems like they shorten the distance you travel when you do that move, and I'm not sure why. We'll have to wait for the full game, see the full balance of the weapon to really understand why. I'm sure there's a reason. The Gunlance we got in the demo appears to be a normal shot Gunlance. It does have 6, so I'm curious about the ammos for all the other types, where there's the wide and there's the long shot, which we do not have access to, so we're not sure exactly those changes there. So one thing they do seem to have a lot of focus on this time is the worm stake blast. So you can do this several different ways. For example, we press X and A, and then X, and we do a blast, and then we hit A again, or X. We'll do it. So that's one way. The only way to get that back is to do a full reload. By being stationary, you can't do the quick reload. Another way is just doing like a triple combo with A. So 2 blast, and then the final one is this shoo, puts it in the monster. You got to be really close to them though. I can't tell you how many times I've done it and I missed the monster. You got to be right up in there, which I guess for Gunlance is fine because you probably are going to be. And then the fastest way to get there, which is just hold A for a little bit and you can do a charge shot. You can hold it like for a long time, or if you want, you can actually just charge it for a little bit. As long as you get that animation, it does the same amount of damage. So just hold it just for a second here, then hold down on the left stick and press A. So it's sort of like pulling back and pressing A, and you'll do the worm stake blast. Let me show you that again, show you how fast it is. Boom. It's really fast, and it does the same amount of damage. They did mention in the weapon notes inside this game that for the wide shell type Gunlances, they're adding stun value to the worm stake blast. That I think is huge, and that's going to give the wide shot quite a feature actually, and I'm quite interested to get my hands on it and find out just how much KO it can do. Another thing you can do, if you press XA and then X and A again, you can do a worm stake blast into the air, sort of pointed upward. So maybe if the Rathian is above you and you want to get her down, just punish her a little bit by going shoot and insert a little surprise into her belly or wherever you may be aiming. So those are some of the cool things that I noticed. Other than that, you've got your basic moves, you got your guard pokes. Now this weapon does have a quick reload, so after you do some attacks, let's do some shots here so I can use my ammo. So after you do an attack, press Z, R, and A and you'll do a quick reload. This will reload all your shots in just one quick animation, which is nice. The one thing it will not load though is the worm stake blast. I keep wanting to call it cannon, I apologize. So if you do this and you do a quick reload, it's not going to do that. You actually have to stop and do the reload for that. By holding ZR and pressing X and A at the same time, we can perform the wonderful Wyverns fire attack. And this does now have a cooldown gauge, so we can actually finally see how much longer it has to go, which I think is a fantastic change. It does pretty decent damage, even though this is a normal type Gunlance, and I think the long ones get the bonus multiplier. But there is a Silkbind move, which I can't show you in here because it's the mounting tutorial quest. But by holding ZL and pressing X, We'll zip in the air, reload, go down with a blast, and then I can do a full burst. If you notice now, the timer for my Wyverns fire has actually gone up. So it does a 25% sort of decrease in the time it's going to take in order to get there, which is quite nice. Now I am running out of sharpness because I am doing lots of shelling here, but man, wait till you see the other Silkbind thing. It's a very fast counter. You get a very small window. So I was afraid that it was not going to be very good. So hold ZL and press A. That's it. That's all your window. It's like a parry almost. You have to do it right before you get hit. But if you do it, you will recover some sharpness, which is amazing. You can go straight then from that move into the slam by pressing X, which of course allows you then to go into a full burst with A. The other thing you can do straight from that is Wormstake Blast again. So you just hit the A button afterwards. So I will show that off against an Arzuros down there. One thing you may be seeing people do, which is really funny, is that you can now do multiple shots in the air with the Gunlance. So it's kind of funny. You can like do this to climb. I can fly. Okay, now that we're in the arena, I'm just going to show you off some general moves here and the damage output, since that really is the sales point of the weapon. It's just a crazy amount of damage you can do. So there's our guard on the Wyvern's fire, which is very nice. There's our Wyvern's blast. Does a nice 80, 81 or so. Very nice. And here's the Silkbind attack, which we can regain some sharpness. And we can do some awesome combos off of as well. You gotta do pretty close to the monster. You don't want to be far away or you will miss it. A reload there will bring it back, which is nice. Okay, let me quick run myself out of sharpness almost. Oh, maybe not. Doing that Silkbind attack where I guard and I regain some sharpness. Let me try to run down to yellow just so I can show you how fast it is to go back. It's quite amazing. So I don't mind if I whiff here. I'm just trying to eat through my sharpness at this point. It's me comboing it with the A button, which will give you the Wormstake Blast. It's me comboing it with the X button. You can do a slam. Of course, you will get hit if you do it inside of a multiple attack one. We're almost at full sharpness already. Oh, this is great. I gotta get this off my chest just to show you how annoyed I get at making some of these videos and how bad my luck has been. I know blaming on luck is bad because it's skill based, but like I tried to show off some moves here against a Rathian. What are the chances that this kind of stuff happens? Guess what? It's like 100% of the time when I try to demo. So finally, Rathian, after running away 4 times in a new area, bugged and sticking in the ground like a shish kebab. Ugh, I'm telling you, this game knows when I'm trying to record something, and everything that can go wrong goes wrong. So at this point, I was so frustrated that I hit the wrong button. I was trying to do the Silkbind for the wind-up jump attack, and I actually hit the one for the counter. So I'm getting really annoyed at this point. Seriously, I've been recording for like an hour. Hit him, nope, get a flinch, so I'm missing on that shot. But I didn't give up, I'm okay. I'm going to get a good sequence here so I can show off the weapon. So I had to wait for my Silkbind to recharge. Okay, we do a counter here, that's good. I'm getting all my sharpness back, doing some good damage. Get another good counter, things are going pretty good. So I'm doing the Wormstake Blast. My distancing really sucks here. I'm just getting really frazzled and jamming on buttons a little bit, which is bad. But so far, looking okay. Finally, I'm back at it, and then now look. Freaking Mizutsune comes and ruins everything. Seriously, this is the type of stuff you deal with when you're trying to record. I thought it would be funny to include it just to show you guys my frustration. Hope you like that. Well, that pretty much sums it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video of just my impressions and just going over the different moves. I really like how the Gunlance feels in this. I can't wait to get my hands on that sort of blast forward attack that we saw in the trailers, which is not in the demo. That's going to be fantastic. But don't sleep on the Gunlance like I did. It's a fantastic weapon that I think deserves some tries. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, happy hunting.